Hello, I'm Joe with My Things to Do, and today on My Things to Do I'm going to make raisin bread pudding, because I have a loaf of raisin bread that I bought, and I wanted to make some bread pudding with it. I have a recipe that I used already. It's called my hot dog buns, the bread pudding. This time I'm using raisin bread, plus I'm adding some brandy to the recipe as well. The first thing I'm going to do is cut up the bread into cube slices to make things easier when it goes into the oven to cook. There we go. I'm going to transfer all of this to a Pyrex, and in this bowl I'm going to mix everything together to pour over the bread. So I'm going to mix my cup of sweetened condensed milk, along with 2 eggs, half a cup of sugar, two jiggers of brandy. You can omit the brandy if you want. I wanted to go ahead and try it in this recipe. Quarter of a cup of melted butter. And about 2 capsules of vanilla. There we go. And mix all that well. Then we want to pour everything on top of the bread. Try to get all over. Now we're going to go in with our hand and just make sure all the bread is soaked all the way through. Just press down. And just for a little added touch, we're going to grate some nutmeg on the top. Just a little, not a lot. And now I'm going to put this in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes. In the meantime, while the bread pudding is cooking, I'm going to make some whipped cream, some homemade whipped cream. Once you've had homemade whipped cream, you really don't want to go back to the other kind. What I've done is I've put my bowl and my beaters in the freezer for at least 15 minutes so that they're ice cold. Then I'm going to mix together my whipping cream, my heavy whipping cream, about a cup, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. And I'm going to whip until it has a stiff peak. Slowly getting thicker. We've got a few more minutes to go. You don't want to go too far because you don't want butter. There. Now they look a little wimpy. Maybe. There we go. Perfect. Whipped cream. Once you make your own whipped cream, you're never going to want that store-bought kind again. Right, so let's get the bread pudding out of the oven. Alright, let's put some whipped cream. Let's put some on the side a little bit so that I can taste this with and without the whipped cream. Oh my god, I just want to put the whole thing in my mouth right now. You know how much I love whipped cream. So, raisin bread pudding. Hot. Extremely hot. But so sweet. Not overly sweet. The raisins taste great in this. And of course with the whipped cream, it's just awesome. Yeah, this is definitely a win-win.
And for those of us that don't like whipped cream, I'm going to make a simple glaze. All you have to do is take a half a cup of powdered sugar, half a cup of powdered sugar, and then you're going to take half a teaspoon, I had to check, half a teaspoon of vanilla, and 1 tablespoon of milk. Then you just simply stir that up. There you go. Got a nice glaze.
Nice. Wonderful. Well, let's taste that on top of your bread pudding here. Hear that crunch when you go into the bread pudding?
Yes.
That top is nice and crunchy.
Yes.
You don't want soupy bread pudding when you take it out of the oven.
Yes, that's gross. I don't like soupy bread pudding. And
oh, look at that. That's pretty.
there we go.
That looks good. Here, let me give you a fork.
And you can also garnish it with a little bit of powdered sugar to make it.
Just that extra sugary?
Yes, a dusting of it.
To put a dusting of it on there.
Yes, just to make it look pretty.
Oh, and for those of you who don't recognize her, this is Tiffany from Tiffany Outdoors. What do you think?
Oh man, that's good.
Raisin bread good, huh?
I can taste the brandy in this.
You can? I can't taste the brandy.
I can definitely taste the brandy in it. It has the essence of alcohol.
An essence of alcohol.
Yes.
For an afternoon delight. Yes. How's your glaze? I gotta taste it with your glaze on there.
Very good.
Oh wow. Now see, that glaze reminds me of something that I would eat in the morning then, with a nice cup of coffee. Perfect. Well, there you go. So we have raisin bread pudding, and we've got whipped cream or Tiffany's glaze. Same dessert, 2 different tastes. Both of them wonderful. Awesome. Go ahead and make this one of your things to do.